All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay. We do this 7 days a week. Some of y'all know that, some of y'all don't. Every single day we meet and we give them either mindset, skill set, or heart set that helps you go further, faster, with less efforts. This is strictly for millionaires. I ain't lying. This is a good time for you to kind of shout out the kind of business that you got going on. Something got to be done about all this slavery. You hear me? You hear me? We ain't gonna wait too long. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying entrepreneurship is the key to freedom, and ain't no sense in waiting around. Hey, Terrence, you gonna get your welcome email soon. You gonna get your welcome email soon, bro. Good morning. Okay. My man Roderick in here. My man Adam Smith in the house. Let them know where you from, y'all. We in the house. Definitely make sure that you like this channel, especially if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not watching on YouTube, then please go check us out on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to start making it so that we archive all the videos on Facebook so that it's driving everybody to YouTube. Appreciate that, Heart. Appreciate liking that. I definitely appreciate it. Y'all don't know. Every little bit be counting. My man Kevin checking in. Brother Yeshua's in the house. Texas. Dallas, Fort Worth in here. I love that. Wilmington in here. Yeah, that's exactly right. My man Trey Brown checking in. What's up, Tracy? How you feel, brother? Long time, man. Real proud of you, Tracy. Real proud of a lot of what I see you out there doing, man. Oh, man, Mr. Terry in the house. I'm loving that. All right. We getting this party started. I'm about to call in on the live line. Appreciate you shouting all these people out, Yeshua. Welcome, Antoine. Welcome, Damon. Man, hopefully everybody is excited about another Wednesday, man. Thank God it's Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and call in on this live line. It's time for us to get this party going. How we feeling this morning? In one word, how is your week so far? I'm about to get this thing going on Clubhouse. Just so everybody knows, if you aren't on Clubhouse with us, one way you can do it, right, is you can text message at MillMind to 81010. If you text message at MillMind to 81010, then what it'll do is it'll subscribe you to the world's first text message system for personal growth and self-development. I'm going to call it on this live line now, but understand, aside from the live line, we're also on Clubhouse. We also on Facebook. And most importantly, we're on YouTube.
Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you.
Please enter your...
Here we go.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. So you know what that means. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay, right? But good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good this morning. I'm so corny, man. I be having so much fun in the mornings. I really just enjoy our tribe. I really enjoy the fact that I'm surrounded by people who are trying to get better every day. To me, that's just like the best thing in the world, because life to me is all about getting better. Because when you get better, life gets better. Not just for you, for everybody around you, for your family. Now they're more well-adjusted. Now they have more options. Now they're able to transmit that love that they've been able to build up into the world. You making yourself a better person makes the world a better place. I don't know how many of us think about it that granular, but you kind of have a responsibility to become better. And there are some myths that hold us back. And I'm just such a big believer that it ain't so much what you know that's holding you back. It's what you think you know that just ain't so. Well, check it out, millionaires. I got one for you. Is it possible that intelligence is a little bit overrated? Oh my goodness. Now, I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Ooh, I love being smart. You know what I mean? That ain't what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, could it be possible, right, that we kind of put a little bit too much emphasis on intelligence? Could that be possible? Could that be possible, y'all? Think about it now. Now, I'm not saying that it's not useful for us to be in a place where we can acquire and leverage new information. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, that's helpful. But what I want you to do is I want you to share this with an entrepreneur who you feel like doesn't always feel like they're the smartest person in the room. That entrepreneur you know who's constantly studying. We're going to get him some motivation this morning, because it turns out that even though the ability to acquire knowledge is important, it don't hold a candle to some of these other things that I'm about to give you. This study comes from the Carnegie Institute of Technology. And what they found is that 85% of financial success can be attributed to people skills rather than intelligence. 85% of your success goes to how you deal with people, not raw brain power. Somebody say EQ is more important than IQ. Somebody say EQ is more important than IQ. Can I get a witness? EQ is more important than IQ. Can I get a witness, y'all? So there are 5 different personality traits. I know if my man Tyrone Jackson listening in, he loves this. He really is turned up by the idea that we acknowledge that there are different types of intelligence, right? Well, there are 5 different personality traits that kind of like help all of this stuff. Conscientiousness, openness, agreeableness, being extroverted, right? And then emotional stability. All of this stuff pays off with higher grades, right? All of this stuff pays off with better test results, right? And I'm glad that you're able to rewind it so you can jot those down. But there are 2 things when we're talking about personal development, right? Because personal development is the key to you changing your self-image. I want to tell you something this morning, y'all. This isn't a class about self-image. That's right. EQ is more important than IQ. I appreciate that, y'all. EQ is more important than IQ. Absolutely. YouTube checking in. EQ is more important than IQ. This is what a lot of people don't realize. Nakia, how you switched to Facebook, girl? You was on YouTube. We need you on YouTube, Miss Terry. Y'all better stop playing. I'm about to stop broadcasting. Anyway, check it out, y'all. Your self-image is really your issue. A lot of people don't get this, right? Your self-image is really your issue. You know how I can tell whether your self-image is greater than your current circumstances? You busting your ass to change it. Excuse my language, ladies. Excuse my language, everybody. But you busting you are working your butt off to change it. That's how you know your self-image, your comfort zone, okay, is higher than where you are right now. But check it out. If your self-image sees what you're doing right now as the top of the pops, you feel like you putting on the Ritz right now. You think you've arrived. You feel like this is you at your best. Let me tell you what we can see in your behavior. We can see you trying to stay where you are. And if you think you're somewhere a little bit too big for you, we're watching you try to sabotage yourself. It's all about your self-image. And the reason I'm sharing that with you this morning is because the way you change your self-image is personal development. That's why I'm proud of you for being here this morning. And personal development really counts on 2 different things. 1, knowing yourself, how you manage your emotions, how you identify potential areas of improvement, how consistently you train. Share this with somebody that needs to know that you being focused on knowing yourself is a shortcut to success. But then there's knowing other people, y'all. You know, this weekend we're doing Communication Pro. Can't wait to see a bunch of my millionaire-minded family in the building. Communication Pro this weekend in Atlanta. I went and got my little COVID test yesterday. They had me spit in a cup and all of that. I saw this Facebook thing. It's like, I have an immune system, you know, but I also work out. I eat well. I try to, you know, But the point that I'm making is I'm so excited about this event this weekend, man, because we're going to learn a lot about others. We're going to learn about the differences between these 4 different personality types and things you should never say to this kind of person, things you should always focus on when you're talking to this kind of person. But really what we're talking about here is curiosity. We're talking about curiosity. It's a vastly underrated attribute when you're talking about success, because it's curiosity that eventually brings you understanding. It's curiosity that widens your horizons. It's curiosity that encourages fellowship and bonding and relationship. Taking time to study and develop these personality traits that I'm about to give you are going to change your, I mean, even the fact that you care is a good sign. But if you actually do what most people don't and take the time out to study this stuff, oh my God, you're going to change everything, millionaires. An open mind is endlessly more valuable than somebody's brain who's just stuffed with a bunch of facts and they can't adapt to circumstances. This Indian guru dropped a jewel on me one time, y'all. He was like, every time you draw a conclusion, it's a little death. It's a little mini death because you swear you know something now. So even though we're often led to believe that intelligence is the way to succeed, right? Findings suggest that it's really about EQ. And so what I'm about to do, you know, we already told you that there are these 5 traits that predict better success when it comes to test taking. Somebody give me this in the comments. Conscientiousness, openness. I know you can't spell this. Agreeableness. I can't spell it. I just heard it. Emotional stability and being extroverted. Those are the 5 kind of characteristics that always help you when you're talking about taking tests. That helps your children. A lot of times you're telling your baby, oh, you're so smart. And maybe you need to be like, you're so conscientious. You're such a finisher. You hear me? You're so agreeable. Maybe those are the kind of molding statements we should be giving to our children. Since 85% of financial success is generated by people skills, only 15% is generated due to technical knowledge, and people prefer to do business with people that they know, like, and trust rather than people they don't. And so what are we saying? We're saying intelligence can only take you so far. So what I want you to do is share this with somebody who's going to hold you accountable to growing in these 8 areas that I'm about to give you. And what I want you to do with each one of these areas that I'm about to give you is I want you to give yourself a ranking from 1 being terrible. From we're going to do it like this. 1 is mediocre. 5 is millionaire minded. And I want you to acknowledge where you are on the scale of each of these categories. Y'all know how we do this. Introspection is the key. To know thyself is the beginning of all knowledge. So let's begin. The first one is self-regulation. Millionaires, self-regulation. How good are you at self-regulation? What is that? It's the ability to manage your emotions successfully. So now you can respond to negative situations rationally rather than with your emotions, which are almost always incorrect. They're almost always leading you to something that's based in short term rather than long term. And never forget, the definition and the difference between someone who's low class and someone who's high class is how far they can see in the future. Oh, this ain't the best tip, but this is the first one. Check it out, y'all. How good are you at self-regulation? Millionaires, how good are you at taking the time to think before you act? Because that's going to equal success no matter what area of life you're talking about. 1 to 5. Where are you at with 1 to 5? Okay, my man Molly Maul checking in. That's right, Crystal. That's right. Erica checking in. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? I can't wait to see them videos, sis. All right, here's the second one, y'all. Here's the second one. Growth mindset. Growth mindset. Now, yeah, I knew that was coming. I mean, growth mindset is literally almost another way to say millionaire minded. Millionaires, people with a growth mindset welcome challenges with open arms. Why? Who the heck would welcome adversity? It's because when you have a growth mindset, you're not trying to pray that it gets easier. You're focused on getting stronger. When you have a when you have a growth mindset, you're welcoming the challenges, you're welcoming the setbacks, because not only do you fiercely believe in your ability to master whatever you put your mind to, but you also believe you can outperform everybody that don't got a growth mindset because they're stuck. Even if they're ahead of you, they're stuck. And here you come. You on their heels, baby, because you're learning skills, baby. Where are you on 1 to 5 with growth mindset? Where are you with 1 to 5? How much do you believe in your ability to become a master, even though right now you're a disaster? How much do you believe in your ability to outperform everybody else in your segment, in your industry, in your niche, just with your constant and methodical obsession with improvement? Even if you have a lower IQ, you can whip their tail. You can. It's a competitive advantage. Give yourself a scale of 1 to 5. Growth mindset. Growth mindset. I love it. Siobhan checking in. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. Let's go, Kevin. I see you, Yeshua. I don't know if you tagging in clients you already got, if you tagging in other business owners you know, but that's smart. Y'all better pay attention to what Yeshua doing. That's smart. Here's number 3, y'all. Resilience. Resilience. Check it out. Scale of 1 to 5. What score do you give yourself on resilience? Thank you for those shares, millionaires. I appreciate it. Thank you for the shares. Intelligence is admirable. Intelligence is cool. But I'm going to tell you something. Being able to handle things when they're going wrong, that's the secret sauce. Intelligence is admirable. But how the heck is your intelligence helping you if when all hell is breaking loose, you just succumb? Resilience means that you accept that something didn't work and you instantly get focused on finding alternative solutions. How resilient are you? You can be honest here. This is a safe space. If normally when things get tough, you crumble, acknowledge that. Give yourself a 1. Give yourself a 2. Because here's what I know about entrepreneurship. You're going to have a crisis. And I mean, there's going to be another crisis next week. Sometimes I like to share that with my teammates so that way when it happens, I can say, see, told you there'd be another crisis next week. But if you have a home-based business, crises don't matter. The only thing that matters is developing 3 or 4 good leaders. Oh, this thing right here isn't working. How does that affect you being able to develop 3 or 4 good leaders? You know, I go to a home, I go to a meeting, right? And back in the back, there's this well-dressed gentleman, you know, pinstripe suit, tailored, manicured fingers, you know, replica of an expensive watch on his wrist, looking so important. Then here's this mother back here. She couldn't find a babysitter. She brought her kid. We're doing the event in the hotel, or we're doing the event in the living room. We're doing the event in the foyer, in the clubhouse, whatever it is. We're doing the event. Baby keeps on crying. That has nothing to do with me developing 3 or 4 good leaders, which is all I need to be financially free. That has nothing to do with that. Baby back there crying, right? Guy in a pinstripe suit at the end of the presentation, he leaves like, oh, I cannot believe a professional presentation would have a baby interrupting us. He leaves. Now, what am I supposed to do? Beg him, oh my God, you know, I'm so sorry you had to go through. Or do I remember my job is to develop 3 or 4 good leaders? And if this fool is letting an 11-month-old baby make his career decisions, why the heck would I be treating him like a leader? He's a problem. That's what he is. Now, let me tell you who's resilient. That mother that brought the baby. You see the difference? Millionaires, what you need is more people who are resilient around you. And what you need to be working on is your resilience. Can I get a witness? Where do you score yourself on resilience? Where do you score yourself on resilience? Here's the 4th one, y'all. Passion. Passion. I like that, Erica. I see what you're doing right there. I like that, Chanel. SDC trucking in a building. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Man, logistics runs the world. Logistics runs the world. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate that, Chanel. Willette in the house. Good morning. All right, passion. Passion is number 4. Where do you rank yourself on passion, y'all? Now, knowledge is an incredible thing, right? It's an incredible starting point. We love it. We love it, right? But check it out. Where do you rank on passion, right? Relentless passion. The reason why with this 90-day blitz, I spent so much time on getting you to focus on your goals, right? Your reasons is because whenever you see a loser, they either didn't know what they wanted and or they didn't have enough reasons that they were acknowledging. Oh, they had reasons because fool, now you're homeless. You had reasons, but you didn't have enough of them and you didn't have a list of them. Don't you know most people's brains is on a million different things at once? The ones that separate the wheat from the chaff, the ones that separate themselves as the cream of the crop are the ones that do that little extra. One of the little extra things you can do is list out the reasons you want what you say you want, because the going is going to get tough. And the only thing that's going to power you through is that passion. Pursuing something just because you're good at it and not because you're passionate about it is never going to get you to the top. Give yourself a score, 1 to 5. How passionate are you? 5 is millionaire minded. 1 is mediocre. Share this if you've given yourself and you know an entrepreneur that needs this. We could be saving somebody's life this morning, y'all. Here's the 5th one, because we be running in the wrong direction. We be running east looking for a sunset. Ooh, we be hyped. Legs just strong as heck. Heart pumping, cardio on point, running in a completely wrong direction. I'm giving you some road signs like, hey, you focused on the wrong thing. The 5th thing you need to focus on is empathy. Resilience trumps brilliance. Hey, Dennis, you better preach. That's a bar. We need to make that a t-shirt. Resilience trumps brilliance. I love it. Number 5 is empathy. Number 5 is empathy. Millionaires, what is empathy? Putting yourself in the shoes of your client, putting yourself in the shoes of your customer, putting yourself in the shoes of the person you want to be your customer. So you ain't saying a bunch of stuff about yourself and instead you're talking about them. You hear me? How good are you with your empathy? Scale of 1 to 5. Because what empathy is going to do is let you build rapport. What empathy is going to do is let you reduce tension. What empathy is going to do is let you increase cooperation. What empathy is going to do eventually is turn into influence, millionaires. If you add some rapport, if you add some empathy and some rapport and combine that with a little certainty, oh my God, you're going to be a cult leader. Empathy is the difference between saying, I understand your point of view and you're wrong, which will inevitably stop you in your track. That's why all my millionaire minded know. That's why all my millionaire minded know that my man Alonzo said he making that into a t-shirt right now. You got to be quick. You know what I mean? But what happens is, you know how I'm always like, man, when 2 people sit down, whoever has the most belief always has the most influence. But to get people to sit down, what you need is some empathy. You hear me? What you need is some empathy, y'all. Tell them, Crystal. Tell them, Crystal. That's why all my millionaire minded know when somebody comes with an objection, first thing we have you do is agree with them. Right? We talked about that a little bit yesterday. First thing I got to do is agree with your butt. Man, this product costs too much. Of course it costs too much. I don't have any money. Of course you don't have any money. That's why I'm talking to you right now. Now, that ain't the most empathetic on the surface, but that's hella empathetic because you're agreeing with him. Here's conscientiousness. We were talking about conscientiousness, and I lost some of y'all. Some of y'all didn't even want to try to spell it. I lost you, right? But check it out. Conscientious means intentional. Conscientious people are disciplined. You a winner, baby. You don't need motivation. You need discipline. So what is conscientiousness? Conscientious people are the ones who are compliant. They are excellent at planning ahead. Rather than assuming that they're already gifted with everything they need to know, the conscientious person puts effort in to make sure they're prepared. Never forget, millionaire, The will to win is just what it looks like. The will to prepare is what it feels like. There's this Nipsey Hussle song, like, this is what it feels like. What I'm trying to explain to you is that what it feels like is the will to prepare. That's what it feels like, the will to prepare. It looks like the will to win to all us outside your body. But if you want to be a winner, what I want you to do is get used to that feeling of being willing to prepare. Here's number 7, scale of 1 to 5. Scale of 1 to 5, y'all. Scale of 1 to 5 on conscientiousness. This is one of the ones you want to pump up in your children. Conscientiousness. Jamal and Shalonda going crazy in the comments. What is wrong with y'all? Right. Jamal must have said Shalonda need to work on her empathy. And then Shalonda like, I am empathetic with clients. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, they, don't get me started on that. We need to get all of them in a little group. All the wifeys. All right, here's number 7, y'all. I got 2 more for you, and then we're going to go do our affirmations. Number 7 is openness to new experiences. Openness to new experiences. How open are you to new experience, y'all? If you're curious about how things work, if you're curious about why things work the way they do, and if you're keen to empower other people, if you're keen to uncover explanations, because don't forget, after you understand it, you're able to help other people understand it. I'm going to tell you something. If that's you, if your openness, if you keep an open mind, which is kind of like closely related to a growth mindset, you're 4 times more likely to succeed than your closed off colleagues, your closed off classmates. This is partially due to this genuine excitement that not only you feel, but you make us feel when you start to turn up about some new knowledge. Y'all hear me? How open are you? How open are you? This is a big deal. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, Yeshua. That's right. That's right. All right. Scale of 1 to 5. Here's the last one I got for you, y'all. And that's social skills. That's social skills. Tonight on Obsessed with Success, we're going to get busy. If you haven't joined the text message system, you should do that now. Because tonight at 5:15 p.m. Eastern, we're doing Obsessed with Success. Kind of like a deeper dive than our morning trainings where we give you stories and strategies of all the greatest to ever do it. That's called Obsessed with Success, same line as you're on right now. So make sure you tune in. If you don't have the line, then hey, call in now. It's affirmation time, baby. It's affirmation time. 667-776-WIN1. That's the winner's hotline. If you're on the text message system, you're about to get a link so you can join us on Clubhouse. We're about to open up the stage on Clubhouse right at 8 o'clock every morning. But call in on the phone line now. Here's number 8, y'all. Social skills. Social skills, millionaires. That's why yesterday we were talking about networking. We were talking about this idea that the 2 parts of networking are 1, making that connection, and then 2, setting that appointment. Connect and set. Connect and set. Well, there ain't no real net. Connect and set. Connect and then set that appointment. We talked about that yesterday, right? If you missed yesterday's training, then make sure that you go back and check it out. Millionaires, where do you rank yourself on social skills? You can network. You can function in a team. You can bring people together, all while remaining focused. Having social skills means more than just being friendly, millionaire. It means you're emotionally capable in any situation. That means when all hell is breaking loose, you're the one that can be solid as a rock. Social skills. Communication, listening, building rapport, breaking the ice. These are social skills. Where do you give yourself on that? Scale of 1 to 5. Let me see it. Scale of 1 to 5. Where we at with the social skills? Millionaires, I hope this is helpful for you because very little evidence that says intelligence can be taught. Now you can continue on at your same pace, but we can't teach you to expand your intelligence. You can gather more intelligence, but we can't expand the rate at which you learn. Like, I'm a very slow learner, so I'm very methodical. But here's the good news, y'all. You can absolutely develop personality traits. With dedication and with some commitment, you can be just as, if not more, successful than any of the competitors in your industry, in your niche, in your company, in your city, in your state, because you're working on it with intention. Like I talked about a little earlier, a lot of that has to do with self-image, and that's why we do affirmations every morning, because a lot of your self-image is going to come from personal development. Unless your parents had a fantastic self-image and some book on how to raise happy, well-adjusted children, a lot of times you get your mindset from your parents, and you're stuck there for better or for worse, except the people you meet and the books you read, aka the information you take in. So that's what we try to do for you every single morning. Repeat after me, millionaire. This is important. This is affirmations. This helps you redo that programming. This is important. Repeat after me. Here we go. I am so happy.